Hey guys, it's Brian from Arrowhead Garage, and today we're not doing a video on working on cars. We're doing a video on how to make videos and how I make videos here on my YouTube channel. This is my 2012 MacBook Pro 13-inch. It's a 2.5 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo, if I remember saying that right. It's basically just my laptop, and all you need is what's already free on the laptop, which is right there. It is called boom. It's called iMovie. So let's open up iMovie and I'll show you how I edit on this old ass laptop, and it's awesome. And you can too. Okay, first things first, come down here and launch iMovie. Next, if you have other movies you can, but if this is your first time, you're going to say create new, and then you're going to say movie. Once you get into here, if you click on over here where it says iMovie Library and hold down the control button, try this again. So click the iMovie control button, hold down the control button on the keyboard and click iMovie Library and then hit new event. And here we're going to type in the name of what we're doing, which is going to be our tail light video. There we go. Now we have a special little folder, tail light video. Now we can import our media. So I use an iPhone 11 for all my video recording. So we're just going to plug it in and download the information now. Let's do that. Here's the wire that plugs into the iPhone. The other side is plugged into the laptop. So let's download some videos. Okay, back over here, you're going to say import video or media. Okay, plug your phone in, and then all of a sudden you'll see your phone pop up. You don't need any software updates. Your phone is then going to spiral, and now it's going to pull in all the videos that you've done on the phone. And you can see I have tons of videos that I've been working on with this iPhone. Give it a minute to pull in all those files, and then we'll go through and select the ones we want. Okay, now that it's ready, we're going to click all these, which what we did today on the Pontiac. Okay, so we've highlighted those. You can see they're in yellow. We're going to say import into it. Now, there's a little timer up here in the corner. It's going to let you know right here how much time it's going to take to import it. And as you can see, the little clocks in each one of the little windows tells you where about they are. Almost finished with that one. It'll move to the next one until everything is in. So take a minute, grab yourself a beverage, and hang out. Alright, then you'll see it pop up where it says import complete. Let's go ahead and hit close. And now we can start. First thing I want to do is grab this first video here. And you can kind of see what it is. You click it, hold the mouse button down, and then drag it down to your timeline, and it snaps into place right there. Now we can start to edit. So hit spacebar to play your video. One. Let it go here. 1, 2, 3. Now, did you notice I said 1, 2, 3 when I was making the video? That way, when I go to edit, I know where to start doing my cuts at. So with that right there, you're going to hold down the Command key and letter B, and you can see it's going to split the clip in two. That first part we don't want, so click on it, make sure the yellow box is around it, hit the delete key, gone. Now hit spacebar again to play, and we'll be able to hear that first clip. Alright guys, if you're in your car or truck one day, and you notice that one turn signal is a little faster than the other turn signal, like this, kind of normal. See how much faster that one is right there? It's a super easy fix, and I'm going to show you how to do it on today's episode. Okay, now, if you look at the bottom of that line, you're going to see where it has little, in the blue, it has little peaks and valleys. Well, wherever you see the little light blue and the dark blue, that's where you're talking. So I see right there at the end, so I'm going to hit Command B again, take off that back piece, highlight it, delete it. Now I have it. Now if you need your audio to be louder, let's say it's not loud enough for you, you can come in here, and there's a little line, see how your cursor went from a normal arrow to 2 double arrows? Hold down the mouse button, see it says 100%, and now you can raise that up to 400%, That's just the audio. I tend to like mine about 200. That way it's nice and clear. Let's try it one more time. We'll go back to the beginning of our video. Hit spacebar.
Alright guys, if you're in your car or truck one day
now
and you
double
notice
the
that
sound.
one turn signal is a little faster than the other turn signal, like this, kind of normal. See how much faster that one is right there? It's a super easy fix, and I'm going to show you how to do it on today's episode.
Alright, so that's our first part. Now, I recorded then the second part, which is actual testing to see what's going on. So we'll drag it from the top. Again, hold the mouse button down, pull it down into here to where it highlights. And then the same thing, we're going to go through and make our edit. So hit spacebar, and we're going to pay attention.
1, 2, 3.
So right there, I'm going to hit then Command B to split it. Take that first part I don't want, and just simply hit the delete key and gone. Now let's keep listening.
So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and get in 1, 2, 3.
Now you notice I messed up. So again, I went back to the 3. Then I realized I need to pull out a little bit more. So without starting and stopping the video, so you have all these little files, I like one big long one that I can cut up. So let's continue.
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get outside your car. You're going to turn your turn signal on to one side. And you're going to walk and see.
Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's go to the beginning.
So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and get in 1, 2, 3.
So I'm about right there at the end. Hold down the Command key, hold the B key, make the split, take that first part I don't want, delete it out,
Here's what
play
you're
again.
do.
That's
spacebar.
spacebar.
You're going to turn your turn signal on to one side, and you're going to walk and see. Okay, front one works. Let's go back off the back.
Then we go to the back.
And you can see that the back one's working. That's kind of hard to see in this light.
Cool.
So you come back over here.
Back up to the front.
And you move this to the other side now. Now let's find out. Go to the front. Yep. See it? How much faster it's blinking? Let's go to the back.
And then
Now,
no light.
All dead. So we have a bad bulb in the back of our car. Let's fix it.
So right there, that ends that clip. So I'm going to cut it off right there, hit Command B, and that little tail piece, that little 0.5 of a second, delete it out. Now I'm going to go back, highlight my whole thing, so the yellow signs around it, use my cursor, pull down to the audio portion, see my two little up and down, adjust volume pops up, hold down my mouse button and raise it up to 200, and sometimes it can be tricky to get it right at 200. I'm done. Nope, went to 400, see? Let me get this. This is the fun part. And right there. Whoa. Come on. 200. And there's some days I just go, okay, 178. All right. 126. 141. I just keep... Good for now. Now, back up to our timeline here. Here's our next part. Let's go and grab that one, click it, hold the mouse button down. You can then drag it down and we'll drop it into here. Same thing. Spacebar to play, and let's watch and listen and make our cuts.
1, 2, 3.
Notice how I count almost every time. So now I know to hit that Control B, clip off that first part, delete it out, keep playing.
Alright, it's pretty simple. You're going to lift the trunk up, and we're going to go back in here.
Now, check this part out. I'm going to move the camera, but again, I'm still recording. I'm letting it all record because I'm going to edit all this out. So let's do that.
And we're going to go back in here.
So, B key again. Now I'm keeping that. But I'm going to go forward and just slide your mouse cursor along the way here until you get to that point where I'm ready to record the next part. And it's about right there. So let's see.
Weren't you just getting...
Oh, see? I was talking to the neighbor. So again, here we go. Right here looks like some more talking.
1, 2, 3. Now to get access to...
Alright. about right there, right when I start to take things off. So Command B again. This part here now, delete it. Now it's going to bring the two pieces together. So we go right in from here.
The trunk up. I want to go back in here.
Now you can tell the color's different because it's in bright sunlight. If you click on the video right there, come up here, you can hit the little magic wand, and it will do a pretty good job of color correcting it on its own. But if you need to, you have all these little options right up here at the top. So this one here is auto. You can do a color match. You can, let's see, white balance it. You can use this here to go where it's white. And see how it made it a little bit darker? Because I took the eyedropper and I put it in the whitest part of the video clip, which made the color then be corrected. Go ahead and hit enter. We're good there. Now let's come back here. Let's continue watching.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Now, see I did that, so I'm going to go here. And I'm now going to stop. I'm going to hit Command B, cut.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And then see what I said 3 again. Now Command B again. I'm going to cut that part out right there. Now we're good. Let's keep going.
Now to get access to the bolts that hold the tail light in, there's these little access plugs. Just pull them off. That's going to give you access to pull this out.
Cool. Now I took a little pause right there. So now I'm going to do another Command B. I'm going to split it.
Don't lose those either. Keep them.
So I said that part right there. So I'm going to come in.
Don't lose those either. Keep them.
And hit another Command B. So now, even though they are chopped up, when you watch it, when you render it, it's going to be smooth all the way through. So we know we have some downtime here because I'm trying to figure out which nut to use. So I'm testing. Once I know which nut I want, getting ready here. Now I didn't say 1, 2, 3, so I have to be kind of mindful. So I'm going to go to about right where I start to bring in the scene, hit Command B, that whole part right there, gone, it's out. Now I can flow seamlessly. Now let's go here and let's find out. Now I don't have to play the entire clip because you know what I'm doing, so I'm going to kind of kill it right there, and then I'm going to move it until I get to when I'm doing the next one. That's a good idea right there to show people. So like that, delete that little part right there, and eventually you're going to get to this where it just happens.
There's one.
All right, and then I'm going to cut that part out, get in here to where I start to do this again, cut that part out, maybe right there. So that little bitty minute, 1.3 seconds, take it out, get our next. Now you know what I'm doing, so again, I want to cut it there, and see about how far we can get it. And then right about there, I think. Again, make my cut, take that part, I don't need it, delete it out.
There's another one. We should have one more right back here.
And then I'll grab that one. And again, I don't have to do the entire thing, so it makes the video shorter and more interesting to watch as well. So I'll kind of run this through right here. See where we end up. Now we're moving the camera again.
Now you're
Okay, so go about right there. I'm gonna hit that B key again. All this is now trash, so we want to take that out.
and now your tail light should pop out.
And then I'm going to show how to pull that tail light out. And then I can, as I'm fiddling with it, I can get to the point where it's just ready to come off. Right about there. Hit the B key, and again, this is stuff we don't want, so we'll delete it out, and we'll watch it through.
There it is. Then you have some wire connections down here.
Now, after I spoke, so let's go
Wire
back.
connections down here.
Now I'm going to stop it there, cut it, and let's kind of fast forward this because I'm moving the camera now. Get it into place here.
The first one.
Now, right about there. My hand's going into there. Hit the B key. Again, this whole section here is trash. Out it goes.
The first one here, you just simply turn it.
Good. Just like that. Get that out of the
Pull that
way.
out. They've got these in kind of tight, don't they? There we go. See how it's black? Not sure if you can see that or not, but definitely. Oh, and there's a ton of water in here. That's the other issue I was dealing with. Let's go and get that other bulb out. That is our backup light. And it's busted out too. So, this explains why we had no lights. Alright.
So I'm going to stop it there, cut the video.
Now on our car.
Now, I go back and I start talking about right here. So let's get up to where that talking starts. Hit the B key. Again, this is just dead video. Cut it out. Hit play.
Now on our car, it looks like we have a little screw that's holding in the wiring harness to the tailpiece. So let's go and just take that off real quick here.
And again, I don't need to show the entire thing because you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to move forward until I can move that wiring out.
There we go.
Okay, so right back there, right there. So I'm going to go back. You can use your arrow keys now to go forward and backwards on the video clip. So I'll go back. You can kind of see it's right about there is where I want it. Command B, bam, cut it. So this whole part here, again, out it goes, and now we play again.
There we go. Now we can pull this whole assembly right out.
There we go. Now, cut it there.
All the water that is coming out of this lens.
There was a ton of water in my lens. The
That's
rain
probably
and
half
everything
our
else.
problem. So we're going to have to see where, right in there, you can kind of see where water can get in. I'm going to fix that too, I think, while we're here today.
So this is actually a second video I plan on doing on how to fix that. Now, I do talk about the light bulbs. So right here, I'm going to come in, again, Command B, make that cut, take this part out, hit play.
You can even see the corrosion on the bottom of that backup bulb. So that water's been causing some problems for a while.
Now, if I need to bring something back in, hold down Command and Z, and the last thing you deleted will pop back up. So I do want to show this now that I'm thinking about it.
Look at all the water.
So right there, I start talking, so Command B, cut out that dead air. Listen to
all the water that is coming out of this lens. That's probably half our problem. So we're going to have to see where, right in there, you can kind of see where water can get in. I'm going to fix that too, I think, while we're here today. Let's go set this in the sun.
You have to be able to listen to yourself and see yourself on camera. It can sometimes be, crazy. So see, I walked away there. So I like to cut it right where I stopped talking.
Dried out.
Right there. B. Now, this part here, remember, now we can take that out and we go into this part.
You can even see the corrosion on the bottom of that backup bulb. So that water's been causing some problems for a while.
Okay, so right at the end of where I talk.
Some problems for a while.
Take that out. Now, this part here, nothing's really going on. Let's see what I'm talking about.
Definitely water corrosion.
Right there. So again, the B part we don't want. Hit delete key.
Definitely water corrosion on there as well. So we're going to let all this air out for a little bit. And we're going to run to the hardware store, pick up some light bulbs.
Okay. Now, I should have said auto parts store, but I said hardware store. Now, let's say I wanted to correct that. So if you come up here to titles, up in the top corner right here, click titles, iMovie has a bunch of predetermined or pre-designed titles that you can drop in. So let's do a split and kind of get an idea if you run your cursor along how they're going to look. So you get a good visual of which one you're thinking. So let's do this one right here. You simply hold it down again, drag it to wherever you want it to play. So I would say about right here. Now if you notice in the purple it says 4.0 and title text. The 4.0 tells you it's 4 seconds long. And because it's on top, it's an overlay. It's going to lay on top of the video below it. So then up here, I can come in here and say auto parts store. Okay, and then I can highlight it. Command A highlights everything. Then I can come in here and I can say bold. I can change the color to say yellow. Close that out. And now let's go back and watch. So we'll select right before the title, hit play with the spacebar.
We're going to let all this air out for a little bit. And we're going to run to the hardware store, pick up some light bulbs.
Just like that. Now, so this part here is the end of the clip. There's nothing there for us, so we're just going to simply delete that out. Now, back to here, go to My Media. That takes you back to all your videos. Now, this part here is part of that second video, so I'm going to leave that out. Now, let's pick it up here. Now, bring this. Now, here's another cool example. So, the way I turn the phone is how it records sometimes. So, if you notice, this here recorded sideways instead of normal. Well, if you just click on it, come up here to this little here cropping, and over on the side you can then rotate the video to where you need it to be. So we'll come back over here and let's follow it.
Some light bulbs. 1, 2, 3.
So you notice I was talking again. So we'll go ahead and hit the B key and go ahead and delete that front part. Now, again, I'm not hearing myself as well as I want to, so I'm going to highlight it, drag it up to 200 or thereabouts. Come on. 224 works good. Now let's watch and see what happens.
But once you have all the water out, go ahead and just set it in the sun for 20 or 30 minutes. Let it all dry out. Then we're going to seal it up.
Cool.
Let's seal it up.
Right there at the end where I stop talking, Command B, we'll take that part out there. Now this part here goes with the other part of the video. So we're going to skip over here to this last part, which is then installing the bulbs and putting it all together. So again, we're going to hold down the mouse button. We're going to simply drag it to our timeline. And then we're going to listen and watch.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
See, again, when you see that 1, 2, 3, it preps you to now pay attention to be ready to edit. So Command B, we're taking that front part out. Let's play.
All right, we just went down to the auto parts store, picked up some new brake lights and tail lights, and the new reverse lights. Also, get yourself electric grease. This here just helps make that connection in that socket a little better. So let's take these over and let's get them installed.
Okay, right there I stopped talking, so Command B again. And again, not as loud as I wanted to be. So at 100%, we use this. We'll increase the volume to 200. Then we'll come back over here and we'll follow the video into the next part. So you can tell right now we're at 4 minutes and 21 seconds of this video, and we've already spent nearly 25 minutes editing, getting it all together. Here I'm just trying to visualize where I want things, get things set up. And again, you can use your mouse to scroll through and make it a little bit faster. And then I start talking about right here. So let's start. Let's listen.
Take a bulb, put a little bit of the grease on it, like that.
Now I know I messed up here, so I'm prepared for when I edit to make the change. So I walked away, and I'm going to come back in right here. So right when I start to come in, about right there, I'm going to hit the B key, Control B. All that stuff is gone. Let's move forward.
1, 2, 3.
Now I heard me say 1, 2, 3 again, so hit B again. We're at the end of that 3, that little sniglet. Out it comes. We're going to click on this. I can already hear I'm not loud enough. So again, I'm going to increase my volume to 200. And now let's play it.
Take grease, put a little bit on there, and I want to stick it right back in there.
Now, I walked away to put stuff down, so I'm going to pause, Command B again, and cut, and then I'll pick back up when I start doing more work. So about right there, hit Command B, that little dead space, out it comes,
Cool
hit
thing
play.
is these things only go in one way, so you really can't mess it up. Okay, go ahead and wipe it down, make sure you don't get any of your fingerprints on there. Now let's do the backup light one.
Once again, I'm going to go ahead and hit Command B to split the clip, because I know I'm going to be cutting stuff out. Kind of scrub through this when I get back to where I'm working. And again, if you look on the bottom where your audio is, you can see there's no light blue lines right there. That it starts, that's where you're talking. So go ahead and hit Command B, this dead spot, delete it out, push play.
Same thing, a little bit of that grease. We'll install it.
Okay, and again,
Install it.
right there, hit B again. Now we'll move forward.
Okay.
To right where I start talking. Oh, Command B, dead air.
Again, you can't mess it up. Only goes in one way. Cool. We got both our bulbs in. Now let's put our assembly back together.
Cool. I stopped talking, so again, Command B to cut. Now I know I'm going to be moving my camera into position here, and now I'm talking, so I'm going to go right in front of my talk. Hit Command B, take all that stuff, delete it out.
Okay, then just take your housing, find your backup bulb, stick it in there.
Now I'm going to go ahead and hit B here because I know I had to fiddle around getting it into place. So we're going to cut it and we'll make it to back where it's in. So about right there.
Snap in.
Right there. You hear that snap. So I'm going to go right in front of the snap. Control B. Delete that part. Hit play.
Should snap in and turn. Take your backup one. Same thing. Stick it in.
I'm fidgeting again with it. So break it off.
Stick it in.
So we'll keep that part. We'll come forward until I hear the...
Get in there. Twist it.
There it is. So I start talking again.
Get in there.
So right there, and then hit Command B, and we'll delete that out. Okay, now, up here where it says Settings, this is how you can get in tight to do some more tight editing. So as you move it here, the clips get smaller, and as you pull it back this way, you can see the clip gets longer. So you can really see your audio and make those tiny
Get in there.
changes.
Twist it. Lock into place. And then you're just simply going to set this back in the car.
So right there, I'm going to go to the end, and I'm going to hit Command B to stop it because, again, I'm fidgeting and I'm trying to work it in there. And again, people know what you're trying to do. They understand you're trying to put it back in. And this is called scrubbing, when you're just looking for the next spot to get it into place here. And once I know it's in place, let it play out. And again, this is where you can then change your settings. It's about halfway. Now it's a little bit slower. You're not as zoomed in.
Okay, she's in place.
Alright, so. Cool. So right there where I tend to hit it, go there, hit Command B, and again, all this other stuff, hit Delete key, it's gone.
Okay, she's in place now.
So right there, so I'm going to back it up to right here, and hit Control B, and we'll move forward.
How's my...
And then I'm talking to my wife, so I need to get it back in here.
Again? And just simply put everything back together.
There we go. So now, did you notice how we're now lighter because of the change? So I want to talk right there. So Command B, this part here, delete out. Now this part here, remember what we did? We hit that. You can hit the magic wand. That will help it a little bit. Looks pretty good right there. Don't have to do anything else. So back to the beginning.
And just simply put everything back together.
And I'm just showing how to go. And again, we know what you're doing. So hit Command B. We're going to cut it. And then we will... That's where we put in the next one. Right here. Hit Command B. This part here, stuff we don't need. Putting the bolt in. Twisting it. I can stop it there. Command B. You don't need to see the whole thing. Of course, this is when you'll see that I drop it down in there. But we don't need to worry about that. And then when I come in here and just kind of show us right there, hit Command B, delete that stuff out. Good. Command B, we already know what we're doing. We'll locate over to here, hit Command B, delete that part. Good. Command B. And then here I am trying to fish that out.
Good. Put your...
Oh, so I'm talking again, so let's go right to here. Command B. All that stuff, delete key, out it goes.
Good. Put your covers back in place. Do you have any? And now let's test our lights.
Cool. So then Command B again, so we can cut that out. You can see I readjust the location. And then here's where we test it. Right there. That's all deleting. Let's listen what we have.
Working? Okay. And now tell me at the back light.
Oh, see? Both lights are working.
Awesome.
Done.
Good boy, Dad.
Now I can delete that part. So there's our video for the most part. Now, I like doing intros and I like doing outros. So once I do a video and I edit this far, I kind of have a feel for the video. I'm going to go back to the garage and I'll record an intro talking about what we're doing and then an outro about what we just finished up. And I'll add those to it later. But this is the key to editing. So once you have everything the way you want it, and you can see it's now a 5 minute and 42 second long video. This button right up here, little arrow key up, click that for share. Go down to export file, click that, then this box will pop up. Here you can call it whatever you want. So I'm going to call this how to change signal bulb. Okay, description doesn't matter, tags don't matter, format, make sure it says video and audio, your resolution, we're at 1080p, quality is high, the compression, I always say better quality. So then down here it tells you it's 5 minutes and 42 second long video. It's going to take up almost a gig, 867 megabytes worth of hard drive space. Once you do that, hit next. It's going to ask you where you want to save it to. This is my movies folder. Hit the save button. And then once again, that little thing pops up over here. And it's doing its export or its rendering. Typically on this Mac, if it's like this video is 5.5 minutes long, it's going to take about 8 to 10 minutes to render it done. So at this point, you can go and have a drink, get ready for the next video, maybe work on your thumbnail. We'll talk about thumbnails later. But this is how I edit in iMovie. It's free with every Mac. And like I said, I have about 6 of these laptops that I've rebuilt over the last year or so. I'm going to give them away to you guys. You can go and buy one, but if you love Airhead Garage and you love doing video content, stick around and I'll show you how to get one of these.